So did you know that 47% of us fail at social media? And we earn less than 1% of our commissions from social media. So if there was a way today that I can show you how I built my business and I grew it by 26% each year, would that be of interest? Alrighty, let's go. So back in 2010, I decided to become a realtor. And I can tell you, before I started, I had the most amazing database. It was full of realtors. I sold advertising to realtors before I actually became one. So Halifax is all about who you know, who you like, who you trust. And I knew 0 people in Halifax. I wasn't from there. So in 2010, I decided to become a realtor. So of course, you know, we all work the open houses, and my market sucks. Typically, we're in a 12-month inventory. We are now at 9.83. So I was working all of these open houses, lucky if I got 2 buyers in, and it was dead. So mama needs new shoes. And you know, I thought, what in the heck am I going to do to build my database? So what I did, I bought my notepad to bed with me every night, and this Facebook thing. And I started adding people from Ottawa. I started adding people who were in Newfoundland. And then as soon as we became friends, I stalked your friend list. And I just kept doing add. Every realtor in Halifax, I put them all on my Facebook. When it came to LinkedIn and Twitter, didn't care who you were, I just added you. Because I needed somehow to not be a secret agent. So again, I just kept building my database online. So what did I do when I had about 3,000 people? I started, some of us like to call it bragging, I like to call it celebrating. And for me, a buyer could equate to about 12 different posts. So what I did, I'm going out to show homes today to a buyer, so excited, yay! I wrote an offer, fingers crossed that my offer gets accepted. And then if I was on a home inspection, I took a picture of myself and the home inspector or the electrical fuse box, whatever. I just wanted people to know that I was a realtor, because we're all broke, right, when we first started in the industry. And this was my only way of getting the message out there that I was an agent. So what happened was, as this progressed, I started getting referrals. And people from home would email me on Facebook, hey, Sandra, so-and-so's moving from Marystown, they're moving to Halifax, you need to help them. And I remember there was one chap that we went to college back in 1994, and he emails me on Facebook. He said, Sandra, I'm so proud of all the work that you're doing. He said, the boys are here, we're out to sea, and you need to help them buy a house. So can you mail me all your business cards, and I'll give them out. So when they get back, them and their wives, they can contact you and help you buy a house. So social media for me was cheap, it was free, and it was the way I grew my business online. And I can tell you, so this is now 2012, because I kept celebrating everything that I was doing. And then I get this. Sandra, can you come into the office? We need to have a chat. And so this was my broker at the time. And I go in, God love her. She goes, Sandra, you are doing so good. I am so proud of you. And you know, it's only been 2 years that you've been a realtor. You're just kicking ass. Like, God love you. Just keep up the good work, but I need you to know something. The realtors, yeah, they hate you. And I'm like, okay. And so you know what it's like when you're involved in a conversation and there's things that you want to say, but you never say it. And so I said, okay. And I went home that night and I thought, you know, if I succeed in real estate, it truly doesn't affect you. If I fail, it really doesn't affect you either. So what do you care what I'm doing? And what do I care what they think of me, right? So that night, I love you, but I took all the realtors off my Facebook who weren't friends. And for me, I needed to remain positive, because you know this industry can be negative. And I just needed to remain positive, and because social media for me worked. We all have the same opportunity to use social media. I just chose to do it, and it was free. So let's fast forward now to 2014. So I joined coaching. And I decided, well, you know what? I need to go down to the Sales Edge to see who Tom Ferry is. And I go down to Sales Edge by myself in Florida, and he's going on, okay, everybody, you need to do video. And I want everybody right now to take out your phone and let's do a video. So it's probably going to happen here this week. And I looked at him, and I'm like, not so much. And I didn't take out my phone. I'm watching the other people do it, and you know, too cool, right, to take out my phone to do it. So I get back home, and the first thing that happens to me was that I get a listing. So it's on Roslyn Road, and I remember it. So I'm standing outside, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do a video. So I got my phone. Oh, no, you have to hold it like this. Hey, it's Sandra Pike from Roller Page Atlantic. Oh, my God. Look at the wrinkles. Delete. And so I didn't have a selfie stick back then, right? So I'm holding the phone out like this. Hi there, it's Sandra Pike from Roller Page Atlantic in the Pike Group. Oh my God, I sound like a newfie. And we talk differently than most people in Halifax, so okay, delete. I gotta do it again, okay. Hi there, it's Sandra Pike from Roller Page Atlantic in the Pike Group. Welcome to, look at my hair. And I can tell you that day, I was my own worst enemy. And I must have did about 14 different takes of like, hey, it's Sandra. And you know what? At the end of the day, I thought, okay, this is who I am in person. This is what I sound like in person with my newfie accent. So I only need to get 100 people to like me and to do business with me. So screw it and do it, and I did. And now 300 videos later, you know, it's just, I'm here today, by the way, pretending I'm doing a video. So Halifax, Nova Scotia, you know, I started real estate in 2010. There's 1,100 agents in Halifax. We're sitting at 9.83 months of inventory. The average house price is $300,000. There were 32 homes last year that sold over $1 million. I wasn't one of them. So last year, with perseverance and with consistency, which I can't tell you enough how important that is, I am the #1 listing agent in Halifax. Year to date, thank you. And year to date, I got my stats from my broker the other day, I ranked #1. And again, not being from Nova Scotia, I moved there, again, just a few years ago, and I built my business all on social media, and everything was free. So this week, you're going to be here, and it's going to be, I just got to back up here now. It's going to be so confusing, so overwhelming, and you're going to get home and you're going to be like, oh my God, where do I start? So what I'd like to talk to you about is how I layered my business, so how I grew it, and what I'm doing now. So this is called Canva, so Canva.com. So Canva.com is a place where I go to make ads. So after I sell a house, I'm all excited, I'm pumped, and I'm thinking like I do happy dances in my head. And so let's say Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. And that song will come in my head, and then I Google the image. And so with that image, I download it on my desktop, and from there, I upload it to Canva, stick my logo on, put the company logo on it, and boom, it's done, and then I send it out. If you're spending more than 3 minutes on Canva, you're truly taking too long to do it. Don't overthink it, just do it, it's that easy. So now once I have the ad posted, you know, where do I put it? Create it, where do I put it? So I use a program called HootSuite. And HootSuite, back in the day, I used it, it was free. But now I go to about 7 different platforms where I post, you know, from Facebook, business, LinkedIn, etc. And that's where I post my ads that I create. Now, again, keep your posts simple, and you'll be able to do well, and keep them authentic. So let's talk about Facebook Personal. So back in the day, again, when I had no money, my little profile picture, what I did was I had the company logo and I had my phone number. So passively, people knew that I was a real estate agent. So when it was your birthday, I'm like, happy birthday. People saw that I was a realtor, and so did their friends see that I was a realtor. Or if there's some other comment that I could have made, I certainly put that up there as well. And I don't do it now, but for about 5 years, my little profile picture always had the company logo and my phone number. So again, simple stuff, folks, that don't cost any money. So now when it comes to my business page, I didn't really harness that probably to 2012. And after that, so a client can call me on the phone, I'll say, you know what, are you on Facebook? Why don't you go to our Facebook business page, have a look at that, look at the quality of our pictures, our video, and see what we're doing just before I get to meet you. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about, this goes from Facebook into Google. So those of you who don't have your business registered with Google, do it today. Because I can tell you, back when I bought my house years ago, I didn't know what Realtor.ca was. I didn't know what MLS was. You know what? The people here from the States, maybe your clients don't know what Zillow is. So they're sitting at home, they're Googling real estate in your community. So why not register your business on Google? And you'll get a letter in the mail saying that you now are registered with Google. So with this, when it comes to your Facebook business page, anybody who gives you a review on your business page will now automatically transfer over to Google. And so here, I just have some of the testimonials. Every time I do a deal, I send the clients a link. Love to have a testimonial. In order to have a kick-butt Google page, you need to have at least 12 pictures and at least 6 testimonials. Now, there a couple of weeks ago, Google made a new thing called you can post now on your Google business page. So I just started doing that. Every time I'm making an ad, unfortunately, it doesn't get over to my Google business page, so I just automatically put it up there as well. And the next thing we have is your YouTube. And I can't stress to you enough how video is going to be so important. So with your YouTube page, it has to be the same name as your business that you have registered on Google in order for the two to connect. So let's talk about Instagram. So I didn't start this till 2015. Everybody came back from Elite and they're talking about this guy, Gary Vee, and we should do Instagram. So I thought, okay, I'll do it. So Instagram is a different kettle of fish. It's all about like, no touch. People want to just, you got to show something different. Realtors just don't have all real estate on your pages. And if your page is locked, make it public. People just want to follow you, right? So don't have it locked. So on Instagram, it was my way of connecting with millennials. And I developed the persona, Deals and Heels. So every time I sell a house, it's a picture of a new pair of shoes. Every time I list a house, it's a pair of shoes, and obviously there's real estate in there and there's some personal stuff in there. I go out in Halifax now and I get people coming up to me, oh my God, you're that Deals and Heels girl. And again, it's just another way, it's another venue that's free that I get to do business on. And last year, I had this lady from Ontario with Keller Williams, hey Sandra, I love what you do on Instagram, and my sister's getting ready to sell her home in Sackville. Can you list it for her? A deal right from Instagram that didn't cost me a penny. And now we have Twitter. I'll be honest, I just post stuff there. I haven't been that good on Twitter, but for those of you who are on Twitter, I recommend that you harness because you can get leads from there. And then we have LinkedIn. So a lot of you don't use LinkedIn. Last year here at Summit, I get a call, Sandra, I want you to list my house. And I'm like, well, I'm in Vegas right now, I'm at a conference. I don't care. I see what you do on LinkedIn. I love your posts, I love your videos. I want you to list my house when you get back. The year before that, I had a mortgage broker in the city. And he called me up, he said, I don't know who to give my business to because I deal with all these realtors, but I like what you do on LinkedIn, and I want you to sell my property. I sold 4 for him. And again, all I did was post my success. I was celebrating, I posted my listings, and folks, I'm getting listings for free just off social media. And then of course we have Yelp, and Yelp is not that big in Canada yet for real estate, but it's there, it's another venue that I just upload all my ads to Yelp. So folks, you're here for a couple of days, and I can't stress to you enough that when you get home, you're gonna be so overwhelmed. It's to write down on a little tiny Post-it notes, one idea per note. And if it's things that you want to do, like I need to do Instagram, I need to do LinkedIn, or whatever that you're going to learn here today, put your do, doing, and done board, the stuff that Tom talks about, and just pick one idea off at a time. Don't try to do everything, because you won't do anything. Okay, so just one idea at a time. So if it's Instagram, okay, let's do it. You're going to put it to your doing board, and then after a month, you slate it, and now you're over and it's done. So, thank you so much for your time today. You know what, folks? Screw it and do it, get it done, and there's no reason why you all can't be successful. Thank you.
Hey, it's Coach Tom Ferry. Have you been considering hiring a coach? If so, click the link below and check out what we do.